So flowcharts, basically, you're going to have to make quite a lot of flowcharts in computer science because before you do any programming, often in coursework, things like that, they like you to evidence the style of program, the logic behind the program that you're going to make. One of the best ways to sort of visually demonstrate logic is through flowcharts because if you can create a flowchart for something, you can actually definitely program it. All right, 'cause what you're doing with a flowchart is you're breaking down the logic of how something is going to work. That's exactly what you're doing when you're programming. You're trying to work out how to give your instructions to the computer. So in our really simple example here on the left, we've got a lamp that doesn't work, and then you get to a diamond shape, which means a decision. So that's your starting block, and the decision is the lamp plugged in? No, then plug the lamp in. Now, it should probably loop back to the top, but it's only a basic one I grabbed off Google Images. But and then it says, if yes, the lamp's plugged in. It says, is the bulb burned out? Bulb burnt out. Yes, replace the bulb. No, repair lamp. So it's like a simple flowchart for doing two preliminary checks on a lamp that doesn't work. I know that's a random one to look at, but any flowchart, it doesn't matter. It's just about if you can follow the logic of what's going on. That's what the whole idea of it is. So it's a way of writing out an algorithm. The key thing to know with flowcharts is making sure you use the correct shapes. Okay, so the different shapes, just to go through the symbols before you try and make one yourself. Every flowchart should start and end with a oval shape like this. This represents the start and end point. Everything should be joined up with arrows because arrows tell the user where the logic is flowing. If there are inputs or outputs, they should be in these parallelograms. Inputs or outputs can be user entering their name, user entering details, something being printed out like you would do on a computer. A process is something that's going on in the background. So a process is, I don't know, there could be two inputs, which are number one plus number one and number two. The process could be add the two inputs together. And then decision is the clever one. So a decision is a diamond shape, and that indicates there's more than one path to go down. So a decision in programming is the equivalent of an if statement. Okay, so that's the real basics of flowcharts, and it's something that you want to be able to do prior to programming an algorithm.